It's time for a quick and dirty review of the Anvil Valkyrie. It is designed to be a personnel dropship, landing on the on the surfaces of planets and letting out vehicles and troops. And I gotta say, it's pretty badass. There's enough room back in the back for, I believe, the tank will fit in here, the Anvil Ballista will fit in here, and certainly all of the smaller rovers and racers and what have you. There are two side doors in this back room as well, where soldiers can drop out, but also where you can deploy fat, heavy machine guns. Obviously, I can't use them in here. The power is off, but I'll get to it. There's two rooms back here for 10 soldiers each. That goes to the bottom turret. Another 10 soldiers. But for now, we gotta make our way up. All in all, the turrets together have a really high DPS count. The shields are beefy, but also, if you're into it, the pilot can control weapons too. They're not quite as strong, but it's nice to be a pilot and still have some weapons. The ship is incredibly good looking, in my opinion, and it's not that hard to fly, although, as you're about to see, it is incredibly slow. Quick note here, the ship is not as slow as I thought it was, but I forgot to hit J, which changes the thrusters from the up-down position into their flying position, similar to the Cutlass. Let's close the exterior, shall we? So fast.
Takeoff complete.
Landing gear animation is, you know, it's okay. But that's not why we buy ships. So that gunner chair that I showed you, that I got in before the cockpit, that controls this gun here on the wing. And there's one on the other side that controls this other gun on the other wing. And those, of course, are independent of the weapons that are actually the first ones I showed you in the dock itself. No missiles, but like I said, good shields. The pilot does get weapons. Oh, actually, they're probably gimbaled. They are. They're pretty decent. They do more damage than some of the really cheap fighters, but not really enough damage to make you the primary gunner of anything. But when you factor in the other operatable weapons, this thing can dish out some good deeps. It'll probably be an incredibly featured ship in the campaign, Squadron 42, and it will probably be a lot of fun to use in theaters of war when you have all the players in the right spot and all your friends doing the right things, and dropping on a planet surface or a moon surface and actually engaging in combat right away is relevant. This is the Valkyrie in combat with a pilot and two turrets. And then once our fighter pilot friend dies, we hop him in as well, and we have one of the wing guns going. We're doing one of the mining claim quests where you kill the prospectors and the sentries. And to be honest, it was a lot of fun to have several turrets going all at once, and the pilot can participate too. while we're flying slowly through the mine claim, just taking out prospectors. The problem with the ballistic weapons on this, as with all ballistic weapons, is that if you click and hold too hard, you are liable to run out of ammo, which we did toward the very tail end of the fight. We did finish the quest, killing several NPCs and all 6 of the sentries that we were supposed to kill. But it was a lot like playing in the Hammerhead, if you've ever been fortunate enough to play in one of those, except it requires way less people to be effective, because it only has 2 turrets, and then the wing guns make a good backup, although they don't. Right now, it didn't seem like we could target anybody once we were in the wing guns or the side gunner turrets. Those seem more primarily focused to shoot targets, soft targets on the ground as you're coming in for a landing. After running out of ammo, I went to one of the garage loading ramp turrets that go out the side doors, which are an incredibly cool feature, although it's pretty clear that they are designed to, again, kill soft targets on the ground and not target spaceships. I was able to use them against some of the sentries when the pilot would sit still enough, because you could just aim straight at them and you don't need the targeting system. But the field of view is pretty small for space when you consider the scale of literal space. But it was still fun to hop behind one of them and pop some shots off anyway. Playing in this ship, again, I cannot stress this enough, it was just fun. It was easy to coordinate enough people for the ship to be effective and just go tool around. It's so much more manageable than some of the larger ships with too many turrets. Like the Carrack and the Hammerhead are both lots of fun, again, if you ever have the chance to get inside them. But sometimes coordinating with your friends and getting 5, 6, 7 people all in the same point in the verse is very difficult. And this ship is really manageable to just get 2 or 3 people in the same place, maybe 4, which is a huge factor in the verse.